Fan Chat, dead on 9 o'clock, and we're live on YouTube. How are you doing, guys? It's Sunday evening in the UK. Well, some of you guys are on all over the world, from America, from India. So welcome to you all. Just going to do my usual. We're going to run through the agenda for tonight. Hi, Kamal. Kamal, you're going to have to learn to spell, mate. I can't repeat what you just said. I know it was a mistake. Hello, Kobe. How you doing, mate? Hope you're really well. I'm going to start off, guys, if you bear with me. I'm going to go through the agenda, and then we'll get cracking with a few hellos, and we'll get on with it. So today, we are going to talk about Alekhine Mangala. Yeah, we're going to talk about Alekhine Mangala. And potential sale, loan, we don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about Mangala. We'll talk about Sane. His name, he's never leaving the newspapers at the moment. We're going to talk about a kid called Oyar Zabal. Get it right? Oyar. Make sure I get it right. Oyar Zabal. Who's rumoured to be his replacement. We'll talk about Clipperty, Clipperty Klopp. I'll briefly mention Roberts and the chance to win, the big one, chance to win tickets for the Community Shield. That's right, chance to win tickets for the Community Shield. So I'm about to sneeze, I think, but that's the agenda for tonight. And just going to let a few people know so that they can do some retweeting for us, guys, because I think this is a suitable, prize to win, and obviously, I hope, some decent chat as well. So anyway, are you ready? Are you ready to go? Just get a couple of more people in. Let's tell Mike Long if he's awake. He should be awake. Let's get Luke Bolton in on the act. Let's send to Luke Bolton, and let's just send to Kasim, and let's get to Zach Ramsey. So that's probably enough people. Let's do some shout outs then. Some doom and gloom already, I can see. Okay, let's go. I can't repeat what you said. Come on, guys, keep it clean. Cobby, frustrated. Oh, Cobby, there's always something wrong with you as soon as you get on, Cobby. You're never happy when you get on. Cobby, yeah, well, I think I know why. We can talk Leroy Sane. Hi, Football Fan Chat. Hope your channel's doing well. Hope you're well on your way, over 850, approaching 900 subscribers to get to 1,000 before the season starts. Wouldn't we all like to do that? Kamal Dwyer, looks like Sane is gone. Well, you never know. Gordon Brown, evening, Gordon. Are you the Scottish Gordon Brown, ex-Prime Minister? You got nothing else to do with your time except Chat City. I'm only kidding, mate. So Bernard, hi, Bernard. Bernard's in the house. Kamal, I haven't been worried about Sane until today. Yeah, Cobby, Leroy Sane. I cut my hair out at this point. The whole Sane thing is draining. Hi, Paul. How you doing, mate? Yep, Klopp's been talking rubbish. Yeah, Bernard, Sane is annoying. Isco, hi, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Hope you managed to see Liverpool win today. Gordon, I'm not getting you on, mate. You give me. All right, you must be on Twitter as gone. I thought you. Sorry, I mistook it as your email address. I thought, blimey, Gordon's eager to get on tonight. Chris, how you doing, mate? Paul Standall, you get the feeling Sane will go. Yeah. Hi, Carl. Hope you're doing really well. Yeah, Ilky doesn't worry me, Paul. Sane does. So I'll repeat the agenda for tonight. We're going to talk about Mangala. It's going to be brief, talking about Besiktas and him possibly going out on loan. We have to talk about Sane, with Bayern feeling confident. It's been reported by the Sky and the Mirror tonight. A potential replacement that MEN and AS are talking about. I think AS are talking about, MEN just copied it. And that's Mikel Oyarzabal. Obviously, we're going to talk about Klopp's crazy comments. Rent-free, Mr. Klopp, rent-free. And we'll talk a little bit about Patrick Roberts, but it's going to be very brief about his goal today. And we're going to talk about the giveaway of up to 3 free tickets up to 3 free tickets. Now, I put this up for the free tickets up first, okay? It's the Community Shield. It's next Sunday, okay? It's the Community Shield next Sunday. If you want a ticket, I have up to 3 available because I had 1 for the competition, but sadly, the guy I'd bought 2 tickets for, guy I know, he's got a family emergency, so he's not going to be able to come to Wembley. And you know, I hope everything works out for him, and everything gets resolved in a positive way. So what we're going to do is potentially give up to 3 tickets away. Now, I can still take one of my kids. My eldest would really love to go. I'm not so keen with it being Liverpool. Just know what some of the Liverpool fans are like. You know, I don't think it's going to be a friendly atmosphere. It'll be, yes, there'll be some banter. Most people, it will just be banter, but I think a few might overstep the mark. And he's only 11 at the moment. I don't really want him to witness any, you know, we get enough of that in the street with people, you know, bad language on the tube at the moment and whatever. So I don't want him to witness anything that goes too far because, you know, he's a nice kid. You know, he'll always want to protect his old man or his grandmother or anybody. He's a nice boy. But I don't want him to try and come to the defense of anybody, you know, if he feels someone's being slighted. So, you know, I don't feel it's the right atmosphere for a kid. Anyway, let's talk about you guys, and then we'll keep going about this ticket. So if you want to win a ticket for the Community Shield, you've got to get on. You've got to get on the channel tonight. Give me your email address, and we'll try and get you on live on the channel. You know, please, guys, don't say you can go when you can't, because that will obviously stop somebody else from going. Because if I'm relying on you going and you say you're going to go and you can't really make it, you know, you're not being serious. It's not fair on everybody else. And you know, let's be clear. That's what we want to be. We want to be fair. I think it's a decent competition, open to everybody, even Mike James, but Mike's not in the house. Mike has already got. He's already bagged probably the biggest prize that we're going to give this season, I think, and that's the FA Level 1 coaching course. That's worth 200 quid. So Mike's already bagged that. The rest of you guys, if you want to go to Wembley, you've got to let me know. Let me know in the comments. Put your email address up so I can contact you and get you on live. I think we'll, you know, especially if there's more than 3 people, we'll get you on. We'll have some sort of competition. You've got to be a subscriber to the channel. We'll have some sort of competition. Get you guys on the channel, and we will give a prize. You know, at least 1 ticket will go tonight. Hopefully, hopefully there'll be somebody who wants to go. Somebody who hasn't already got a ticket sorted out, and somebody who wants to go and can go to London. I'm not going to be able to help you with transport. I'm just going to give you a ticket. It's a shame that I'm going down on the train just because I'm staying in London at the moment, and I'll have a train ticket. I'm going to go up on the train. I'll come back on the train. If I was driving, I'd gladly give people a lift. No problem, no charge, absolutely no problem, because I'd be driving down and driving back. But that isn't the case, guys. I'm afraid. If you want the ticket, one of the 3 tickets that are available, email me or put your email address in the comments, or if you're concerned that someone might just send you some put your name in some spam, here's my email address, mancitychat@gmail.com. You email me your email address, I will and let me know that you've done it. Yeah, because I'm not going to check my emails until you've told me. You don't have to put your email address here. Let me know you've done it. I'll check my email. I'll send you an invitation, get you on, and we'll get that competition going. So that's the competition for tonight. I don't know when we're going to run it. It's probably when we've got enough people to do it. So Bernard, Klopp has given us a few points psychologically. Yeah, I think Klopp's, you know, it's silly. He's trying to, what's he trying to do? You know, is he trying to appease his fans? I'm not sure. We'll go through all these points. I'll just go through your comments very quickly, and then we'll go through these points. So I will miss, obviously not saying hi to everybody, but hi to Kamal. I think you got your tickets already, Kamal. Or is it, hi Mukund as well. Hi Zippo. Kamal's got his tickets. Where he's sitting, Ray? Can't remember, Kamal. I honestly, I did tell somebody because they got another ticket near my group. Honestly, can't honestly can't remember. I don't remember things like that. I'm in the cheap seats. Well, Gordon, if you want a ticket, you've got to get on to the channel. You've got to send me an email with your, obviously, I want your email address. Send it in by email. I'll get you on. I'll try and have some sort of competition. Yeah, get that like button hit. You've got to be subscribed to the channel. My son's here trying to nip one of my, I'm sure he's trying to charge his iPad or something. And he's nicking my one. Yeah, I know he was. He was nicking my charging banks. I got loads. I got 3 big charging banks, and 2 ball genius. Absolutely, Kamal. Actually, if I had lost a little bit of weight and grew a bit taller, I'd look like Pep. But I need to lose a lot of weight first, I think, and get a little bit too tall. Much taller. Sorry. So, Lord Penguin, how you doing, mate? How you doing, Lord Penguin? So, you guys, hi, Steve. So I repeat, if you want a chance to win, if nobody else applies and there's only one person, well, that person's 99% likely to get the ticket. I've got to obviously satisfy myself that they deserve the ticket, that they can go to the game. That's obviously really, really important that they can go to the game. My kids here now trying to nick my phone. You can have that. He wants charging, so my phone's charged enough. Kamal, how tall am I? I'm taller than Thiago Almada. There you go. I think I'm shrinking. I haven't measured myself actually how tall I am. I think I'm shrinking now. I'm not 6'6", mate. I'm 5'7". 5'7". Although with my lad is 11, he's nearly as tall as me, and I'm thinking, is it because he's getting taller? Or is it because I'm shrinking? Wow, just got to have a look over my specs because my missus has made herself some dinner and it looks splendid. So does the dinner. And a cup of coffee. I'm just about to receive my coffee. Sorry, that's just a cheeky reminder that my wife, for the first time, guys, first time when I've started the stream, she hasn't made me a drink. I think I've been a good boy today. We took the family out to Camden Town. Yesterday we went to Science Museum in London. Then we went out for a meal in Tooting. And I'm not getting a coffee. Anyway, she's disappeared. I think whatever chance I had is gone. World's getting bigger, Steve. No, I need to go into space, mate. I need to go into space for a few months and get taller. I wonder if it's just you get taller that way. Community Shield, Chris, hey, we got a better team than Liverpool. We're going to be without some of your star players. We're going to be without some of our star players, but we got strength in depth. Well, Bernard, well, you know about your actresses. As the actress said to the bishop, freedom for Tooting, absolutely, Steve. So, hey, Zippo, how you doing, mate? Tom, what am I making of the Spanish signing replacement that I've never heard of, Tom? This is the thing. Look, I mean, people ask me sometimes, about players from other teams, especially young ones. And I say, well, some of them I've never heard of because I tell them, look, City are playing so many games. We had 61 games last season. We played 61 games. That's not including the preseason tour, which was about 4 games. So in total, City are playing about 65 games. Hi, Sea Dog. 65 games, and I'm watching almost every one, or highlights, or full highlights, or extended highlights, or whatever, of every single game. Going to a few EDS academy games, going to as many away as I can up and down the country. I haven't got time, to really study names or generally study players. If someone's linked with City, then I can go now and do some, do half an hour, an hour's research or whatever it takes to watch someone on YouTube, look at some, some articles in, articles in English. Sometimes if they're obviously from a different country, if they're from Spain, read articles in Spanish in the local press, get them translated if I need to get a better idea of players. But you can't do it on a general basis. For argument's sake, the Guardian published 60 young kids last season, call them the next gen. So I'm going to need a quick swig of water. They call them the next gen. And I can't look at all those 60. We might have 2 or 3. I might look at 2 or 3. I'm not dying, don't worry. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough. So, yeah, so I can't look at them all. I can only look at people when they're linked to City. So let's have a look. Kamal, yeah, what I'd read briefly, that he works really hard. And, you know, he's 22 years old, 75 million euro release cost, but he works really, really hard. Hi, Vidya. How you doing, mate? Tom, if Dembele went to Barca for 120, I think Sané's worth 150 sounds ridiculous, but if we look, Liverpool stuck out for 142 or 120 or whatever the actual final number was for Coutinho, yeah. Dortmund stood out for 120 or 112, depends who you talk to, for Dembele. We should be saying, okay, Bayern, if you want him, 150 million, settle at 120, whatever. It's going to cost us a lot of money. Gordon Brown asks, is there a better natural offering than Sané in the world right now? He can play both sides. He's brilliant. But there are better players. You know, look, Sané's got wonderful potential, but he's not delivering often enough. He's not consistent enough. Okay, so he has to deliver more often and more consistently if he's going to fulfill that potential. Now, there are other people who might not have the same natural talent, natural skill, yeah, as Leroy Sané, but they work hard and they listen to their boss and they deliver. This message from Cole, obviously, help wanted from all Facebook users. Like, share, recommend our new Elite Launch promo page with all your friends. Facebook, so there's a link. We have got a Facebook page which we will be launching. This is just a promo page for this website, but we will be launching the Facebook page very, very soon, hopefully for the time of the start of the new season. Yeah, Cole is around. Yes. Tom, I don't think we had a choice with Diaz. Okay, let's go through some of these details, and I'm going to rattle through because I want to get, we've been on for a little while. Who should we talk about first? We're going to talk about Mangala. Very simple about Mangala. Mangala cost us, depending on the reports you want to believe, whichever what you want to believe, either 32 or 42 million pounds. And let's be quite honest, apart from his first game against Chelsea, where he looked really solid pace, speed, power, commitment, he looked really, really decent. But we soon found out that, what he had in those areas in spades, he couldn't control the ball. He couldn't pass the ball really well. He looked nervous, and he just, I don't know how we made that purchase. I really don't. And another bizarre thing about Mangala, we renewed his contract for a further 12 months earlier on in the season. Now, he's not going to play at City. We've already got 17 non-homegrown players, and I thought the idea would be to sell him on. But it looks like now we might even let him go on a free, or Besiktas want him on a loan. Now, I really don't understand this, because if they want to loan him for 12 months, what's the point? Why don't you just buy the guy and give him a 12-month contract? I really, really do not know. Now, we might get a small loan fee out of this, and maybe that's worth, let's say we get £1 million as a loan fee. Maybe that was worth extending his contract for. To be honest, I don't think so. But yeah, look, let's look at it. £1 million is £1 million is £1 million. It's more in the kitty for City. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Anyway, that's Mangala. Let's see if he goes. Roberts, I'll briefly mention Roberts because he's nice and quick and easy. He's got a nice goal, a cracking goal for Norwich in their preseason game today. I think it is. Look, I mean, briefly about Roberts, he had an 18-month loan spell at Celtic where he did really, really well. Pep came in. Pep wanted him to come back to City after his 18-month loan spell. And I think Roberts took the easy way out and said, no, I want to stay at Celtic for another season. And that finished him, because when he came back, he had Brahim Diaz and Phil Foden, although not in the same position, ahead of him. Okay. and he was never going to get in. And then he went on loan to Girona. I think it was Girona, wherever he went. I can't remember now, honestly. He didn't rip up any trees. Now he's at Norwich Premier League club. So he's got a chance to shine in the top division. I'm not sure he's going to start every game, but good luck to him. The better he does, the better it is for City. So let's talk about Sane. Now, the Mirror and Sky are saying that Bayern are very confident of getting their man. Okay, now they've been chasing him all summer long, openly tapping him up. It's ridiculous that nothing either has been done or can be done or will be done. City have not said anything. Sane has not said anything. The fans are getting frustrated with this saga. Look at Kobe. Kobe's pulling his hair out at the moment. So yeah, I just want to, now I'm getting fed up. I'm fed up. I just want it to be resolved one way or the other. If Sane is going, get him gone. If we're going to get somebody else, get him in. If we are going to get somebody else, I mean that's just a rumor. I think just we can have names linked to us, because if Sane is going, then we're always going to have players linked, because people will think we need to get somebody else in. We don't necessarily need to get somebody else in my opinion. I've said it before. We've got Bernardo, who can play on the right. We've got Sterling, who plays on the right. Mahrez can play on the right. Sterling can play on the left. Mahrez can play on the left. We've got three players there who can play either wing. And I think Bernardo can as well. We can slip Foden out on the left wing. Adrien Bernabeu can be our fourth winger. So I don't think, we're going to start crying if Sane leaves, and we're going to struggle, because if we're going to be totally honest about it, last 6 months of the season, Sane didn't rip up any trees, yeah, and he didn't play many, didn't start many games, and when he did, he didn't look brilliant. So, question: are we really going to miss Leroy Sane if he goes? Honestly, are we going to miss him? We'll miss that thought of the potential he's got, but are we really going to miss him? I'm not so sure. We still bagged 98 points with Leroy Sane playing a bit part for the last 4 or 5 months of the season. So the kid that we're looking to get, and this is according to AS, okay, and that's a kid called Mikel Oyarzabal, okay, and that's what AS said. He'd be the replacement. Now he said he's playing for Real Sociedad last season. He scored 14 goals, 4 assists, playing on the left-hand side where Leroy plays, and his potential departure has been described as a very hard blow, as he's one of their best players. And he was expected to lead the generational change at Real Sociedad. But the reports are still nothing done yet, really. But there have been movements, I guess that's behind the scenes, that have left the club worried. There are claims that City have already contacted Oyarzabal's representative and offered a much higher contract than what he's on in Spain, which is only normal. You're going to buy somebody to come to you to replace Leroy Sane. You can offer him a really decent salary, and the release clause is 75 million euros, which is really high. I mean, obviously that's to put off futures, but City could go for that. So that's a report in AS which the Manchester Evening News have copied, and now I've copied it. Well, I've summarised. Let's see what you guys are saying, then we'll get back to Mr. Jurgen Klippert Klopp. So let's see. Right, let's go through some of your comments, and then I won't go through them all, guys, and then we'll get on to Klopp. Yeah, Xidog Diaz still not playing much for Real. Look, Steve, Diaz, and the thing about Diaz was, look, if they're your boyhood club and they come knocking, it's really hard to turn down. Really hard to turn down. Financially, yeah, whether he stayed at City or went to Real Madrid, he's going to be made for life, really. But if it's your boyhood club, I think most of us would struggle to turn that down. Vidya, yeah, Bayern manager Niko Kovac is confident Sane will join. We'll wait and see. I think on Sane we're just going to wait and see now. Come on, we'll get rid of Mangala at some point. Steve, well, if Rodgers likes him, but look, what's Steve's talking about putting a swap deal for Maguire with Roberts. Roberts isn't worth that much. I mean, I think we paid about up to 12 million quid for him. I don't think he's even worth that. You know, he's not done enough. I think when he came back from Celtic, okay, he the first 18 months he looks all right, and you think, yeah, he might be worth it, but I don't think he's done enough since. And you know what? So you know, if we went in for Maguire and Leicester want 80 million, we'd still have to pay 70 million. The best I think we'd get for Roberts would be 8 to 10 million. So yeah, it's not that much difference. Vidya Shakya. If Sani leaves, yeah, we could use. You know, it depends on what we've got. You know, we can play Mahrez on the right and Sterling on the left. We can play Bernardo on the right and Sterling on the left. You know, we've got options. I'm not concerned about it. Bernardo could play on the left. All our wingers can play, you know, either wing. I'm not too worried about that. Get out of it, Vidya. No Marlos Moreno. He's the guy's his ship has sailed. That's why I don't understand Kamal. You know, I think part of the thing is with playing Sane is it's our charm offensive. You know, we want him to stay, so we put him all over our kit launch. We want him to feel like he's really important. He's a main player for the team. He's going to, you know, be playing a lot next season. He feels part of it, and that's why we've used him a lot with our media side of things. And he's been playing. So you never know. We really don't know. Tom, if Sane leaves, we don't have much time left to buy anybody. I mean, the transfer window will be slamming shut the day before Liverpool's first game of the season. Now, that I think it's 5 o'clock on the 8th of August, Thursday, the 8th of August. But yeah, we just look. To be honest, I'm bored. I'm bored. Guys, try and keep it clean because we do have some not kids, teenagers on the channel, and we just like to keep the chat clean, and we can keep it clean. We all know the right words to use, guys. Let's see, Dog. Look, he's not signed this contract extension. Sterling didn't sign it for ages, so we'll see. Killer, you tell us every day. You tell us every day until he signs the contract. He's still our player. Hi, Clement. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's getting annoying. It's getting annoying about Sane, but what can we do? You know, he doesn't have the pace video, but look, why can't he play out left? He's left-footed. Sane is left-footed. You know, it really depends what we're going to do. Oh, I've ripped my jacket. Can you see that? That's a bit of a bummer. This is a really, really nice jacket. I don't know how that's got ripped, but anyway. Bernabei, I'm not worried. You know, you don't need pace. He's got the trickery, Bernabei. He's got the trickery. He's got the passing. That can get you through without the pace. And when Mendy's playing, there's talk of Phil Foden playing out there. Phil Foden, there's Mendy bombs out on the right. Phil Foden comes back into the inside into the middle, lets Mendy bomb on. So I think we'll be all right. So whip through your messages quickly. Vidya, no to Bale. No way. I think there's a clamour for Mbappe in 2020. Go with what we've got now and get Mbappe next year. Especially if Neymar's causing more trouble. And especially if PSG don't do out. Dominus Earth, where are you from, mate? Do I think Leroy will go? Honestly, don't know. You know, part of me felt he's going to stay by the mere fact that he'd gone on pre-season with City. He'd been a prominent part of our marketing campaign for the overseas trip and for the kits. So for both of them, he's played a lot. He's had a lot of games, and he started the games. You got to feel that he's going to stay. But until he signs that contract, until we hear something positive from either him or from City or from Pep, then everything's up in the air. I'm not in the know. I don't know. That's what Clement says is right. What's the point of keeping somebody whose heart isn't in it? You know, sell him for 100 million, move on. That's it. He's not City. Neither is David Silva. Neither is Kevin De Bruyne. Neither is Pep Guardiola. Yeah? City will carry on regardless of who the players are, who the manager is. Hi, Colin. Hope you're well tonight. Everybody's on Sane tonight. I'll answer Tom quickly. Angelino Zinchenko. Angelino will start as sub. Zinchenko will start the season at left back. Yeah, Vinny's company out, says Bernard. See you, Chris. Take it easy, mate. Have a good evening. Dodgy caravan park. Where are you? Who Liverpool play next, Chris? Before you go, just tell us who they're playing. He must be playing us. I think Liverpool have finished all their pre-season games, I'm sure. I mean, they can't be playing more pre-season games. There's only a week to go before City. Black, well, it's just the newspapers. And you got to remember that newspapers are 90% or so wrong. There's just a lot of made-up stories in the newspapers. So my feeling is we just got to wait and see. Excuse me. Got a dicky throat again. My feeling is that I always thought Lido was going to stay. The longer it goes on, the more worried you get. But hey, last summer I was worried about Raheem Sterling, and he stayed. Absolutely, Clement. Pep wants players who want to play for City. All right, Sea Dog, they're playing Lyon. Ko Itakura, I think he is, video. Hi, Adam. I hope you're well, mate. Good evening to you. Colin says Colin looks happy. Sani looks happy. Who is his agent? Maybe him causing trouble. And isn't his agent his mother? I don't know. His mother and his girlfriend are involved. Should we talk about Klopp? Should we talk about Clipperty? Before we talk about Clipperty Klopp, I'll remind you guys, I've got tickets for the Community Shield next Sunday. I had one extra ticket, which we were going to do as a competition on this channel. But the guy I got 2 tickets for, sadly, he's got a family emergency and he won't be able to come. Neither will, I don't think his mate is coming either. So I've got these 3 tickets now. Toying with the idea of taking one of my, or both of my lads and my missus. She's not a big football fan anymore or ever. But I'm going to put it out to you guys. If anybody wants a ticket for the Community Shield next weekend, you've got to send me an email. Tell me you sent me the email, because I'm not checking my emails until someone does. Tell me you sent me an email. I'll check it, get you on the channel if there's a few of you, and we'll work out some sort of competition or some way of deciding who should get the ticket. You've got to be able to go. I'm not going to be able to help you with transport. I'm just going to give you a free ticket. So guys, let me know. I'm going to quickly check my emails, and no one's emailed me. I think these tickets are going to stay with me. I really think these tickets are going to stay with me. I might have to put out something on Twitter. We'll see. But none of you guys want to go. Sea Dog, how about you? There's a few people missing tonight. Danny Tuami, English Mastiff, and a few others are missing. Tom can't make it. I don't think anybody's going to make it this rate. I'm going to have to take me my lads. Sorry, guys. I just need to have a drink. My throat is. I don't know if I'm coming down with a bit of a cold, but I can feel a bit of a sore throat, cough, and yeah, it's not good. Don't worry, guys. I will find somebody to go. Right now, it's just me and me and me and me for 4 tickets. Exeter. I went to Exeter not so long ago, Colin. In April, I was in Exeter. I was in that shopping centre doing some performing in Exeter. I can't remember the name of the shopping centre. Klopp, good guy. Let's talk about Clipperty. Yeah, Tom, I've seen the branding City at the Etihad. Right. Now, Klopp says some bizarre things. Yeah. And he's now living rent-free. So he's been talking about City and the fact that Liverpool really haven't spent much money at all. I think they only bought a kid from PEC's Vol a 17-year-old kid called Sepp Vandenberg. Okay, that's it. I don't know what they spent, but it, can't be more than a couple of million. And obviously City, we've got Rodri and Angelino and a few other kids, and we might be getting someone like Thiago Almeida for up to 20 million quid, a few other kids for decent money as well. And we'll always link with lots of players. Now, what Klopp has said is, I can't see anything about what other teams are doing. I don't know how they do it. Well, if you don't know how they do it, you're now talking about how you are now actually talking about the other teams. So Klopp said, I can't say anything about what other teams are doing. I don't know how they do it. We have to pay bills. Sorry, everybody has to pay bills. We have to pay bills. They must have a big electric bill at Anfield. We invested money in this team. Now it looks like we are not. But we are not in this fantasy land where you get where you just get whatever you want. You cannot do it constantly. Okay. It looks like there are 4 clubs in the world who can do it constantly. Madrid, Barcelona, City, and PSG. Whatever they need, they do. You cannot compare that. That is the situation. It is not a criticism. I know how people will take it that I'm jealous or whatever. I am not at all jealous. Well, it sounds as if you're jealous, Mr. Klopp. If you're not jealous, why mention it? Why on earth would you mention it? Why? So this is Jurgen Klopp, who's conveniently forgotten he spent somewhere in the region of £250 million in the last 18 months or so, or the last 3 transfer windows. I mean, this is now off the top of my head, so forgive me if my numbers are a bit short. 75 million on Virgil van Dijk. That was 18 months ago. 60-odd million on Alisson. Let's be generous and say 65. That's 140 million quid already. Naby Keita, I don't know what he was. Let's say 35. And Fabinho was, let's be generous and say 40. That's another 75. Add that to your 140. That's 215 million already. I think when I looked at some numbers, it was in the region of 250 million pounds. Shaqiri was 13 million. There'll be others that I've missed out. So he spent somewhere in the region of 250 million pounds in 18 months. Come on, Kloppy. That's a heck of a lot of money. A heck of a lot of money. So don't go around saying other teams can do it. This is my opinion, okay? I think Liverpool, in the times when they weren't spending too much money, could have spent more money if they wanted to, if the owners wanted them to, and they chose not to. Now, they keep saying we spent the Coutinho money. Go and look at how the Coutinho deal went down. I don't think they've been spending. They haven't even got the Coutinho money. Maybe they're spending what on the Never Never, what they were going to get. And yes, you can borrow money against what you're going to get. Yeah, against guaranteed income. So maybe they borrowed the money from the bank. But look, just look at your messages. They spent a heck of a lot of money. There's no question about it. So in the times when they weren't spending much, I think that was the board's choice. They could have spent a bit more. The fans have been saying we've been spending Coutinho money, we've spent Suarez money, and we've not had. No, they've got the money. It's up to the club. They've budgeted it and said we're not going to spend more than this. We can, but this is our limit. Same as Arsenal spending 40 million on transfers last season, or 45 million. They could have spent a lot more. They chose not to because Stan Kroenke didn't want to. You know, he's happy getting 6th place, getting lots of money. All right, he wants Champions League, you get more money. But he's doing really well out of his investment in Arsenal. He's not interested in the football, he's interested in the money. FSG, similarly, are interested in the money. But they give it that one big push. And I think they give that one big push when they got the Champions League money. They could invest that. Now, Liverpool can keep buying players. Maybe not at the extent that they did, because when you're spending £250 million on players, yeah, that means your wage bill is going to go up, and it means your amortization, your depreciation, your writing off of the player's value is going to be sky high. Now, that £250 million is probably costing them, in terms of amortization, £50 million every season. The wages on those 5 or whatever, 7 or 8 players, I suspect Virgil van Dijk's on 200 grand a week on his own. So the players that they bought, yes, they've let players go as well, but their amortization year on year is 50 million. You know, okay, the players they let go, if they make good money out of them, that only hits the profit loss account once. That amortization is going to hit every year of those players' contracts. And I'm being generous by saying they've got 5-year contracts. So Liverpool's expenses have gone up significantly. The wages have gone up significantly. Their wage bill is higher than City's, and they can't believe it, but they're paying players a lot of money. I think next year's City's might be higher because of everything that we've won and all the bonuses we've had to pay out. But look, it's ridiculous. You know, it's as ridiculous as when he said that he's happy to do it the way he's doing it. He's going to develop players. Once he realised he couldn't just develop players, and he went out and splashed a shed load of money. So he's, you know, he's a hypocrite and he's jealous. So he's living rent free. I'll have a quick look through your comments and we'll see what we've got. Okay. So Tom's living in Newquay, Cornwall, nice part of the world, I do believe. Is that the surf capital of Britain? Cheers, Carl. Thanks very much, mate. Nasri, top reds from Liverpool are bottom of the barrel. They hate hearing the truth and are disgustingly discluded. We are not winning the EPL. We'll see. We'll see, Nasri. Well, I haven't been kissing your videos. There's no way I've got the call from you. Klopp will not be the next City manager, Steve. I guarantee that. If Klopp is, I will stop supporting City. There you go. You can. Whilst if Klopp comes to City, whilst he's there, I would not. I'd pause the channel. Dominus is in Stocky. Maybe Kamali wants the City job. The point is, City. You know, we've got the resources. There's no question about that. And yes, he's right. He's got to fight against our resources. But it's also true that his own club have got similar resources. Their turnover isn't too far off City's. Ours is obviously higher, but they made good profits. They've got good money coming in, and they can go and spend more money if they choose to do so. And they just don't choose to do so. We reinvest, or we are willing to reinvest our money back into the club, whereas Klopp and FSG, not Klopp, sorry, FSG and John Henry, they want to take money out if they can. Nasri, I don't think your squad's strong enough. I still look. Your first team is decent, but you know your backups aren't as good. You rely a lot on your defense and your attack. I think you need another central defender, a creative midfielder, and another striker. Absolutely, Colin. He's getting the excuses in early. Kamal, Pep doesn't. Positive net spend. Well, we had a positive. We didn't have a positive net spend, but last year they didn't talk about net spend that much because ours was better. They want to talk about the last 4 years or something because theirs is better. You know, net spend. Net spend is nout. It's nout to worry about. Now, so yeah, sell to buy. That's their policy, but it weakens your team. Now, look. At the end of the day, Liverpool were lucky last season. If Barcelona had beaten them in the Champions League, obviously, Barcelona should have got through that tie, winning 3-0. And Liverpool obviously did well to come back. But Barcelona were a shambles. Now, if Barcelona had won, City had won the league, Klopp would have got nout. He'd have got nout. And he'd have had a lot more pressure heaped on his head. Still have the Michael Owen money, Kamal. They still have the Kevin Keegan money when they sold Kevin Keegan for about £500,000 to Hamburg. Absolutely, Bernard. United owners are using them as cash cow. They don't care about the football. Really, they don't. They care about getting the money in. Absolutely, Clement. Klopp is a hypocrite. That's right, Mucken. That's what we said. Klopp is kind of suited to Liverpool. He feeds that narrative. City win because they spend. Now we're in a position where we still spend, but we don't need to spend the way we did. We got to where we are. Liverpool spent massively. They pumped it in 18 months, got players worth 250 million quid, won the Champions League. So it shows that's how you can do it. And it generally is the team that has a high wage bill. They tend to win the league. We'll see, Steve. That'll be interesting where Raheem plays. I want Raheem to play. I want him to play well. I want him to be a star because he's never, off the top of my head, really played well against Liverpool. Absolutely, Mukund. 68. Rodri was a star. Pep described him as incredible. 68 complete passes out of 68 passes. To be honest, Steve, I don't know. I think the final, the winner gets an extra 7 or 8 million for the final. I can't remember the numbers, but they were decent numbers for Liverpool. Asher Riznon Scott. I don't know video. Honestly, you can tell us about him. I don't know. Excuse me. Lewis Hamilton, 11th. Didn't he get any points, Bernard? Didn't he crash as well? What was that? We were in Camden today, so I obviously can't tell about that. Sea-Dog, I don't think we get Bruno Fernandes. I really don't, especially if they're asking for 70 to 80 million units. I just can't see it. Nasri, I'm not saying we're going to win it all. You know, I mean, Wigan beat us 2 years ago in the FA Cup, and they're a third-tier team, so you just never know. Clement, sad to see Company lose his first competitive game. Yeah, I mean, you see the flag in the stands. Huge respect to the Anderlecht fans. Tom, apparently Michael Richards is going to come back in an ad hoc role at City. People are talking about an ambassadorial role. Eric Duffy, how are you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Good evening to you. Absolutely, Kamal. If Ras scores, he will celebrate. Maybe not as wildly as Adebayor celebrated against Arsenal when he scored against them, but we'll see. Micah Richards, boxing coach. I might go to lessons with Micah Richards. That'd be cool. Okay, guys, I'm going to have another drink, and then we're going to talk. I've got about 7 or 8 minutes before we go. True, Sea-Dog. I mean, but the thing is, I think Oyarzabal is more likely to be a replacement for Leroy Sané, like for like, so to speak. And then I think that's a reasonable thing to do. James Milner. I think you mean James Milner, Tom. Well, I did a podcast a few days ago on Bolt from the Blue, and we were talking about players we either hated or the most disliked players at City in the last few years. And we're talking about various things. Like we're talking about criminality, like Joe Barton being a violent thug, and Ben Thatcher, Adam Johnson. We talked about guys who just were lazy, didn't do anything for us, wasted money. Rocky Santa Cruz, Stephen McManaman, people who dissed the club, James Milner. And I think James Milner came in the top 3 most hated players at City. I think, did McManaman, was it off the top of my head? McManaman was high up there. James Milner was high up there. And Joey Barton was high up there. I think the players are back, Kamal. I think the players are back. I did speak. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say who. But I did speak to private message one of the players who was in China tonight. One of the players who was in China tonight, I spoke to him by private message. I'm not going to obviously say who he is, but yeah, I'm rolling with I'm with the high rollers now, guys. So yeah, speaking to the that'd be cool, getting in touch with the players, just get this watch sorted out. I'm very small, guys. I'm 5'7". I'm really scared to measure myself because I think I might be about 5'6" or 5'5" now. Because even my wife looks like she's catching me up. Come on, guys, get some likes, and we need to get the likes up to 30. Really, when we do videos, we need to get likes up to 30 as quickly as possible, and we need to get as much promo as possible, guys, on Facebook on anything. Calls, if you can read Cole's message about Facebook, we need to get those 1,000 subs. I'm going to laugh at what Nasri said. Nasri says Bruno Fernandes in tears after tonight's game for Sporting. Someone must have told him United are interested in him. Yeah. Let's have a quick. Kamal, the podcast. I'm gonna go and check this out. This is Twitter. I can't link to the podcast. But Bolt from the Blue. That's on Twitter. Bolt from the Blue. Yeah, so go and check the podcast out. I'm going to do another one tonight. We did one yesterday. There was a problem with the connection, so we're going to do it again tonight. Kamal, we'll see. I've got to get some permission sorted out. No clues. Can't. Colin Pollitt, any surprising top four? Let's look. They've got to shout. Let's say City and Liverpool are shoo-ins. Okay. Tottenham. I think Tottenham will be up there. Chelsea, if Lampard can steady the ship a bit, I think Chelsea will probably be there. But you just never know. Any of those teams can slip up, lose, a couple of their best players, and they're in trouble. Chelsea have already got problems with losing Hazard and injuries to Hudson-Odoi and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So they might struggle to start with. New manager, could be a total mess. Could be brilliant. He could galvanise them. So we just don't know. Arsenal, United, they don't look right. Yes, Arsenal, if they get Nicolas Pepe, you can argue they'll be a tremendous force going forward, but their defence is their problem. I'm not going to say anything to anybody, guys. Okay, I can't say anything. I don't want anything to get out. Yeah. Bolt from the Blue puts them out on, I think it's on iTunes, SoundCloud, about 5 or 6 different platforms. So Kamal says City, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea. Sounds decent to me. City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal. If they get Pepe, they've got to sort the defence out. Last call, guys. If you want a ticket for the Community Shield, let us know. I know, look, it's only a week to go, and some of you guys have either already got tickets or don't live in the country, are working. Appreciate that. Everyone's got their own things to do. On priorities. But if you do want I'll probably put it out on Twitter. I think I've got one person who'll take a ticket. Anybody else who wants a ticket, we might run this again tomorrow. We'll run this until we get someone who takes a ticket. Maybe. No, there's a few people missing. There's Mike James missing tonight. There's English Mastiff missing. A couple of others. Danny's missing. So we'll try and get them on. Tom, if I could have one player from the top 5, who would it be? From Liverpool, I might say Robertson, left back. Van Dijk, possibly, but I don't like his attitude. But hey, if he's playing for you, you'd love his attitude. Arsenal, well, they haven't got Pepe yet, so it could have been Pepe. Spurs, would you take Harry Kane? I'm struggling with Spurs off the top of my head. Alderweireld, possibly. United, no thanks. Move on. Chelsea, Hudson-Odoi. Struggling with Chelsea as well. Andrew, I've not got my ticket. I'm not sure whether I could sort my travel out. I hate missing out and going to all the games. Well, Andrew, send me an email, Andrew. Send me an email out. Give yourself 24 hours to sort out, go to places like Blue Moon Forum, go on Twitter, go on Facebook. There are groups, there are people going, and it might just be someone's happy to, for a tenner for petrol money or 20 quid for petrol money to, you catch a lift with them. Off the top of my head, when I drive down, I'm looking to spend about 50, 60 quid on petrol maximum. I might do some, you can park for free, or even if I pay for parking, it's 20 quid. So I'm looking at 80 quid maximum. Now, if there's if I'm going in a car and there's 4 of us, or let's say 3 of us in the car, and a 4th person comes in, then it's 20 quid all round, nice and cheap. So, if there's 5 of us in the car at 80 quid, that's 16 quid. And if the guy doesn't park, it can be a reasonable price, honestly, guys. So just go and ask if anybody, look around on Twitter, Facebook, Blue Moon, the Blue Moon forums, wherever city social media, Twitter, just get it out there. There'll be somebody who'll say, if you're lucky, you can get a lift for free. Take it easy, Tom. Yeah, I gotta go, guys. So yeah, I like Son. Actually, that's good shout, Sea Dog. But both of his foots. Yeah, absolute pest. Kane, I missed that. I was thinking, Son. I mean, when my head got to Dele Alli, I thought, oh, and I couldn't get past Dele Alli out of my head. Yep, sign Laurenti, can join our basketball team. Nice one, Steve Black. That's my time, guys. That's my time. I've got to get ready for this podcast. It's been good fun. I've enjoyed it. I've tried to stick, go back to the old days where I would stick to the points and then get back with you guys. I repeat, anybody who's interested in that ticket to the Community Shield against Liverpool next Sunday, drop me an email. I'll put my email address in again. mancitychat@gmail.com. Let's get it right. Drop me a message, guys. Yeah, if you're interested, we'll have a chat. Make sure you're really interested. Make sure you're free. You can go sort your traffic out, your travel out, and we'll see. Guys, take it easy. Thank you very much, Bernard, for tonight. I'll just give a few thank yous. Thanks to Steve Black. Col, thank you as always. Mukund, nice to see you tonight. Colin, nice to have you online, Colin. Everybody else who contributed tonight. It's been Mukund as well. We're going to miss Mukund out. Videos have been on. Sea Dog, Tom, Kamal Dwyer, and Andrew W. Nasri, Kabdid, Abdi. I think that's just about everybody. I think we said Colin Pollitt and Kamal. We've said thank you to pretty much everybody. Chris, who's already gone, but we'll say thank you to him. So, guys, take it easy. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully around the same time, 9 o'clock, to chat Man City. Take it easy, guys.